The Young and the Restless Spoilers, FULL, Monday, the 25th of May, 2026. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Friday night. I have my absolute largest mug of coffee right next to me, and I am completely vibrating with energy after watching today's episode. We need to talk right now because my mind is spinning. I cannot believe they just did that. I literally just threw my remote at the couch because I am so incredibly frustrated, amazed, and stressed out all at the same time. I am sitting here in the dark, typing furiously because if I don't vent to you guys right now, I am going to explode. Am I the only one who is completely losing their mind over what just happened at the Newman Ranch? Because I feel like I am taking crazy pills. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take a breath. Okay, back to the point. Let's talk about Nick Newman. My God, Nick Newman. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen Nick do some incredibly stupid things over the years. But this takes the absolute cake. This is the worst and simultaneously the most gripping thing they have done with his character in a very long time. React first, explain later, right? So Nick collapses again, right there on the floor of the ranch. But it's not just the fact that he collapsed that has me screaming at my television. It is, WHO was in the room when it happened. We have Victor, we have Sharon, and we have Sienna. Yes, Sienna, I am sorry, but can we just pause and talk about the absolute sheer audacity of Sienna being at the Newman Ranch? This is the woman who stalked Phyllis to a dark basement, violently attacked her to rescue Matt Clark, and is literally the dealer who has been supplying Nick with the fentanyl and cocaine that is currently destroying his life. And she is just standing there, pretending to be a concerned friend while Nick hits the floor. I cannot handle this level of deception. It makes my skin crawl in the best, most soapy way possible, but I am also just so angry at Nick for being this blind. Because think about it. Nick finally makes this big, bold decision to confess his drug addiction to the family. He finally admits he has a problem. We were all cheering, right? I know some people are loving this stubborn hero angle he's playing, but personally, I am so over it. He tells his family he needs help, but then he slaps this ridiculous condition on it. He refuses to go to rehab until Matt Clark is caught. Are you kidding me, Nick? You are literally dying. You just crashed your car into a cliff not that long ago because you were high out of your mind and hallucinating Matt in the middle of the road. You have potential permanent brain damage, and you think you are in any condition to play vigilante? It is so frustrating because it is so incredibly Nick. He always thinks he has to be the savior, the protector, the one to shield his family from the big bad villain. But he is the liability right now. So he refuses rehab. He insists his top priority is protecting the family from Matt, and then boom, he collapses. This is the second time he has completely given out, and it is terrifying. Watching Victor and Sharon's faces as he went down, I mean, the absolute horror. Sharon has been through so much trauma with Nick, and seeing her panic like that just breaks my heart. And Victor, oh, you know Victor is not going to stand for this anymore. Victor Newman does not ask for permission. I am predicting right now that Victor is going to have Nick kidnapped and thrown into a private lockdown rehab facility by his own security team. And honestly, I am here for it. Do it, Victor. Lock him up before Sienna pumps him full of more poison. Because if Nick thinks he can delay treatment any longer, he is dead wrong. The family is going to force an intervention, and it is going to be ugly, and I cannot wait to watch every single second of it. But wait, the Newman family trauma does not stop there. We have to talk about Nikki. Poor Nikki. I am so scared for her right now. Victoria goes over to visit her mom, probably to strategize about Nick, and Nikki is just rubbing her forehead, complaining about these severe headaches returning. She thought they were gone, but they are back with a vengeance. Now, I know what you are all thinking because I am thinking the exact same thing. Is this just stress or is this a brain tumor? I mean, look at what Nikki has been dealing with. She is separated from Victor, which is a massive stressor on its own. She is dealing with Victor's relentless, ruthless plotting against Phyllis and everyone else. She literally collapsed in a hospital waiting room, screaming in pure agony when she thought Nick was going to die from that car crash. The woman's nervous system has to be completely shot. It makes total sense that she would be having tension headaches. But this is a soap opera. And we all know that a lingering headache on a soap opera is never just a headache. Remember when they tried a brain tumor storyline with other characters in the past? It always leads to crazy behavior, hallucinations, or tragic deathbed goodbyes. I am dreading the idea of Nikki having a brain tumor. I really am. I just want her to catch a break. But the way Victoria looked at her, you could see the sheer panic setting in. The Newmans are crumbling from the inside out. And if Nikki goes down with a serious medical crisis while Nick is spiraling into addiction, I don't even know how Victoria and Adam are going to hold the empire together. Okay, let me pivot because apparently nobody in Genoa City can have a normal, quiet week. Let's head over to the Abbott mansion where things are an absolute certified disaster. Diane is missing, just gone. Poof. Vanished into thin air. Kyle is completely freaking out, and honestly, I do not blame him one bit. Since Diane and Jack broke up, Kyle has been hovering, and now his worst nightmare is coming true. He rushes over to the mansion to tell Jack that Diane hasn't been at the office for 2 whole days. And the kicker? Her bed hasn't been slept in. And Jack? Jack is acting all concerned and worried. I'm sorry, but Jack Abbott has some serious nerve. I am rolling my eyes so hard right now. Jack, you caused this. Let's rewind for a second. Diane caught Jack in bed with Patty Williams on a boat. A boat. And if that wasn't enough, she then catches him in a compromising situation with Nikki Newman. Of course she wants a divorce. Of course she wants to get as far away from you as possible. Jack has been recklessly manipulating Patty, playing with fire, and now he wants to act like the concerned husband. Please. But here is where my mind starts going down a million different rabbit holes. Where is Diane? Did she just pack a bag and leave to get some space from Jack's toxic nonsense? That is the most logical explanation. She probably just needs a spa weekend away from the Abbott drama. But logic rarely applies in GC. What if Victor took her? We know Victor and Diane were supposedly teaming up to make Jack suffer, but Victor is ruthless. Maybe she outlived her usefulness? Or, and this is the theory that is really keeping me awake right now, what if Patty Williams did something to her? Think about it. Patty is completely unhinged right now. She was rejected by Matt Clark. She is extorting Victor for $2 million, and she is still obsessed with Jack. Patty has a history of extreme violence when she feels threatened or jealous. Remember when she poisoned Summer? Yeah, Patty does not play around. If Patty thought Diane was standing in the way of her twisted fantasy future with Jack, she would absolutely kidnap her. Or worse. The idea of Diane being held hostage somewhere by a frantic, erratic Patty Williams is terrifying. Kyle's instincts are totally right to be panicked. So what is going to happen next week? I am literally counting down the minutes. I predict that Nick is going to wake up in a padded room with Victor standing over him, telling him he isn't leaving until he's clean. I predict Victoria is going to drag Nikki to a neurologist, kicking and screaming, and we are going to get some devastating test results. And I predict Kyle is going to go on a warpath looking for his mother, and he is going to uncover exactly how dirty Jack has been playing with Patty. I know some of you are probably thinking I'm being too hard on Nick or Jack, but I just can't help it. When you invest years of your life watching these people make the same mistakes over and over again, you get emotionally invested. You want to shake them through the screen. Why can't Nick just accept help? Why can't Jack keep it in his pants and stop manipulating crazy women? Why does Sienna still have access to the Newman Ranch? I am so stressed, but I am also so incredibly hooked. The writing right now is firing on all cylinders, tying all these separate family dramas together with the overarching threat of Matt Clark and the fallout of all these secrets. It is brilliant, it is maddening, and it is exactly why I love this show. I need to know what you guys think. Drop your theories below. Is Diane kidnapped or just hiding? Does Nikki have a tumor? And seriously, when is someone going to realize that Sienna is the devil in disguise? I'm going to go try to calm down and maybe get some sleep, but let's be real, I'll probably be up for another hour thinking about this. Until next time, stay restless.